All right, let's dive into one of the most essential, but also one of the most misunderstood departments in pretty much any company: human resources. Now, you probably have a pretty clear idea in your head of what HR does, but what if that idea is, well, kind of outdated? What if the reality is something way more powerful? It's a question we've all probably wondered about at some point, right? Is HR really on your side, your friend at work, or are they a foe, just there to protect the company's interests? The real answer isn't that black and white, and honestly, it's a lot more interesting. So to really get what HR is today, we have to start by tackling the stereotypes. Let's just be honest and talk about the common myths that have been floating around for years, because they really shape how we see the department. Okay, first up, the big one: HR as the company police. You know the feeling. They're just the rule enforcers you only see when something's gone wrong. And in this view, their loyalty is always with the company, not with you, the employee. And then you've got the other side of the coin, the idea that HR is purely an administrative department. This paints them as the folks who handle your hiring paperwork, make sure your paycheck shows up on time, and, maybe plan the annual holiday party. All important stuff for sure, but hardly strategic. All right, so we've laid out the old school myths. Now it's time to pivot to the reality. Because the role of modern HR has evolved a lot. It's not just about policing or paperwork anymore. It's about being a core strategic partner in the entire business. This slide really lays it all out perfectly. See, the old view on the left is totally reactive. It's about putting out fires. But the modern reality on the right, that's proactive. It's about planting the seeds for success long before problems can even start. It's a huge shift from being a gatekeeper to being a growth enabler. So what does strategic partner actually mean in the real world? Well, it means HR is focused on the big picture stuff that drives a business forward. Things like talent management and development. That means creating real, clear career paths for people to grow, not just hiring them from one job. It means championing company culture, actively building an environment where people feel connected and can do their best work. And this is a big one. It's about using actual data to make decisions about the organization, instead of just going with a gut feeling. And let's just zoom in on that idea of culture for a second. A great company culture doesn't just happen by accident. It has to be designed, like an architectural plan. Strategic HR is that architect. They intentionally design an environment that reflects what the company actually values. You can think of it as the invisible force that shapes how work really gets done day in and day out. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But what's the so what? Why does any of this actually matter to you? Well, let's look at the real-world impact, the actual, tangible results of this whole strategic approach. Just take a look at this. When HR focuses on strategic things like making sure employees are actually engaged, the results are real. This isn't just about making people feel happy at work. As you can see, companies that really nail high employee engagement see a huge, measurable jump in productivity. It's simple. Engaged employees are just more invested. And that extra productivity, it goes straight to the bottom line. Get this. Research has shown that companies with a highly engaged workforce are 21% more profitable. That right there is the ultimate proof that modern HR isn't a cost center, it's an incredible value driver. So, here's the number one thing to take away from all this. Effective modern HR is about investing in a company's single most valuable asset. It's people. And when you invest in people, they build a stronger business. That, in turn, allows for even more investment in people. It's a virtuous cycle that creates a tougher business and a better place to work for everyone. And that brings us to a final thought. I mean, the world of work is changing faster than ever, with things like AI, fully remote teams, and totally new expectations from employees. So the question we're left with is, as the nature of work keeps evolving, what new strategic roles are we going to need HR to step into in the future? Definitely something to think about.